Alright, I want to do a video on the goddess Synn, S-Y-N. Goddess of the gate. She's the gatekeeper to the hall. And the Norse pagans are practically allergic to any gatekeepers or goddesses who would gatekeep from them because they know they're betraying their ancestors. Alright. In the halls of the gods, there is one whose presence is often ignored. One who does not command great armies or revel in battle, nor weave fate's threads. Yet she is among the most powerful. Her name is Synn, the goddess of refusal. The guardian of the hall, the final judgment, the final judge of those who seek entry, and she is not merciful. Synn's name means denial, a fitting title for she who stands at the threshold, determining who may pass and who is turned away. Unlike other goddesses of fate and protection, Synn does not merely shield, she rejects. But who does she refuse, and why? Alright, the cowardly and the ergi. These are the first ones. First, the cowards and the ergi. Those who flee when their people need them. Those who lack the fire of courage. Ergi, the ancient term of unmanliness, was not just about weakness, but about abandoning duty, forsaking one's role, and refusing to fight for kin and folk. Synn does not open the gate for those who shrink from struggle, betrayers of the folk. Next, the traitors, those who cast aside loyalty for personal gain. The ones who break the bonds of blood and kinship to stand beside their enemies. The ones who break bonds of blood and kinship to stand beside their enemies. Those who sell out their own people for fleeting power or comfort. Synn sees them approach, sees their hall of souls, and denies them entry. There's no place in the hall for those who betray their birthright. Number 3, the dishonorable and the liars. Honor is the backbone of the old ways. Those who lie, deceive, and break oaths are not fit to stand among the worthy. To lie is to weaken the bonds of trust and that hold the people together. Right? Bonds of trust. Synn stands at the threshold for those who have twisted truth for their own gain. She raises her hand and says no. Number 4, the weak-willed and undisciplined. Discipline shapes warriors and leaders. A man without discipline is like a blade left to rust, useless and forgotten. Those who lack self-control, who succumb to sloth and indulgence, who waste their days with no purpose, these are not fit to enter the hall. Synn does not reward those who squander their own potential. Number 5, the selfish and the hoarders. Generosity is a sacred duty among the folk. A man's wealth is measured not just by what he owns, but by what he gives. The selfish, those who hoard gold and land and never share with their kinsmen, they are parasites. They're parasites, not warriors. Norse tradition upholds the virtue of hospitality, of giving to so that the community may thrive. Synn sees the greedy ones approach and slams the gate before them. Number 6, the unfaithful and disloyal. Loyalty is the core of strength. A man who abandons his family, who betrays his oaths, who turns his back on his people when hardship comes. Such a man is not welcome beyond Synn's gate. Fidelity is not just about love, it is about unbreakable bonds, sworn oaths, and the duty to one's kin. And I have a reminder of that on my arm pretty much at all times. The unhospitable and cruel. The bonds of hospitality run deep in Norse culture. To refuse aid to a guest, to turn away one in need, of our folk, that is, rather than one of our enemies, is to sever the threads of kinship and community. There has to be kinship there of some sort in the first place, right? And community there. The cruel, the selfish, those who close their doors and hearts while their folk suffer, they have no place in the halls of the honored dead. Synn watches and judges. Synn says no to those who have not even $5 for a kinsman in need. One by one the unworthy approach, and one by one they are turned away. They beg, they protest, they curse her name, but she is unmoved. She is the keeper of the threshold, the protector of honor, the guardian of those who have earned their place. But for those who have upheld the virtues, who have fought with honor, who have given, who have built, who have stayed loyal despite hardship, for them sin steps aside. The gate swings open. Right? Swings open. Or wait, it would be like this. Swings open. The gate swings open. And they pass into the hall, where their ancestors and gods await. Synn is not a goddess of cruelty. She is a goddess of judgment. She reminds us that not all are worthy, that strength, honor, and loyalty matter, that entry into the halls of the gods must be earned, not begged for. The weak, the treacherous, and the greedy will find themselves cast out. But for those who walk the path of truth, honor, and duty, the gate will open, and the ancestors will welcome them home. And of course, we all fall short of some of those, but as long as we strive to uphold them, and we do uphold them most of the time, then our ancestors will look upon us and allow us in. They're not overzealous Christians. They understand we all have moments of weakness, but as long as most of our lives are lived according to the 9 noble virtues, then we will be allowed in. Alright, this has been Out in Manison, signing off.